Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
I've been hanging out in front of me with my main squeezy. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic and Hercules. This is where the power lies. Fuck her Vulcan, 46. How many WTC armies? Sold out Madison Square Garden. Top Forest, Tokyo, Terrango, German, fuck all of you.
You know, poor people who don't like AEW.
That's all kayfabe.
Whoa, everyone! Welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe. We're here talking about wrestling. Me and my buddy Gabe. Hey, Gabe, how you doing?
Hey, Lorenzo, I am wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm tired, as I always am. You know
Hell
how it is.
Honestly, my response to that, it's king shit. King
shit.
King shit. Yes.
Oh yeah, because I'm the king, right?
You're royalty. Yes, you are the king. You're the king of kings. Give Triple H a run for his money, and I defend that with all my heart.
Time to play the game,
Whatever happened to that guy? He fell off, right?
dude. I remember when he was posting, I should be invited to every event. I've brought more eyeballs to the WWE.
Oh my god! And everyone's like, "Is he serious?" And everyone's like, "Dude, this is the greatest thing ever." I was like, "Man, dude, I sing wrestling songs all the time, and I don't get that type of credit. That's crazy." Nothing against him, though. I'm glad he got that 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little moment for him to be
I don't know.
popping.
I don't know what I would do with that 15 minutes of fame, man. Like, I wonder what it would be for, though. I hope something wrestling related.
You've never had anything go viral, like have you posted a TikTok or anything like that, like semi-viral?
Not really. Well, the only thing that comes up, I did one of those videos where I did the Grimace Shake video.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty funny. It got like 1,000 views, but I thought it was really funny. Everyone else that I posted to, like, dude, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. I was like, thanks, guys. I hope you're all doing okay.
You remember? Well, I don't know. I told you that one video I put I had attached hose to an eggplant while at work.
Yes.
and cut into the hole and turn on the hose and it squirted out of the eggplant. And I had like Kanye West playing, and that video went viral where it got like 250,000 likes or something.
That is fucking crazy. Is that on Twitter?
It was on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's there anymore because I ended up trying to go like Kanye West, and I was posting Nazi Taylor Swift memes, and
oh my god,
they got me banned from TikTok. But
man, rest in peace to that eggplant video. I remember you sent me that. That was super fucking funny. I remember that one, and then I remember like you had dropped a bag of carrots on the floor, and then it like rolled, and it said "send nudes," but it was spelled out with the carrots.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
Classic videos. Classic whenever I had a job that I could just mess around at.
I know, man. It's like I took a picture one time when I was at work because I worked in the seafood department before. And we had like 2 crawfish that were like roaming around, but they were like staring at each other. And I recorded myself just tossing a knife in between the both of them. And like, that was it. But I was on my old phone. It's like, I don't have it anymore. That shit's long gone forever. So I was kind of upset about that. I was like, well, there goes my break.
Dude, I remember one time when I was there at work, you know, we'd go in at 4 a.m, like real early. So I was like tired as fuck and out of it, you know, from just not getting enough sleep as always. And I remember walking into the back room, and we were connected to the seafood department, as you know. Mm-hmm. And I remember like getting the electric jack and turning around, and there was just a crawfish on the floor staring at me, and it scared the life out of me. Like it was
for real
in not in the seafood department. It was in the produce. Like it crawled all the way back to my area, to the produce area.
Hell yeah.
God, dude, it scared me so bad. Like I'm feeling the the fear right now that I felt at that moment where I was like, what the fuck? Like it just scared me seeing that on the floor, just staring at me.
You're just staring at each other. You just hear the All Melancholy Hill start playing by the Gorillas. When you're close to me, do 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 do. Oh man, yeah,
I
those
hate those
motherfuckers are
things.
fucking feisty, man. They because the department's super cold, right? So
Mhm.
they don't move around a lot. But once they get out, like on the floor, like they're kind of fast. Like they move really fast. They're very like agile. Like they're swift motherfuckers.
Mhm.
And I would get mad at the guys because they're supposed to just dump them in the box. Like if they open up a bag, just dump them in the box. But sometimes they'll just cut open the bag, take some out, and like leave the bag in there. But they got like the sharp feet, so they could crawl up the bag and they crawl out. So I remember when I first started working there, one of my coworkers did that where they cut open the bag and they crawled out. But I guess he didn't realize that they were crawling out. So the next morning, my manager came in and they had to go sweeping the whole store for crawfish because like half of the bag got loose into the store.
Dude, just menaces. They're just having to go search for them like some sort of fucking like mini game.
Dude, it was crazy, man. Just a quick PSA: crawfish are nasty. I don't know why people eat them. They
I don't even
stink.
know how to eat them. My sister had brought from they always have those crawfish boils every now and then in front of the store
Hmm.
with the potatoes and shit like that. And I was like, how do you eat this? Like, where's the meat? Like, I couldn't find any meat, or like
Hmm.
I'd tear it open and then the meat would just like disintegrate. I couldn't figure it out.
So I remember working in that same department, the sushi department, when I was working there as well, as you know, right? Because they work in the
Hmm.
back area. The guy would always make food. I remember he took a crawfish, like while it was alive, he deep fried it. He battered it and threw in his fryer, cooked it, and he gives it to me and goes, "Here you go." And I'm just staring at it, and I never eaten crawfish before. I'm like, Mike, like, how do I eat this? He looks at me. I'm like, all right, man. So I just bit into the thing directly, and I'm like, man, this is sharp, but I guess like this is kind of crazy. It wasn't until I realized like future seafood boils, you get the crawfish, you pull the tail away from the body, and then you got to peel the shell back a little bit to take the meat out of the tail. You eat it like that, and then there's like juices inside the head, and then you suck on the head to get those juices out, and then toss
Oh
it.
Jesus, that's a
I'm like,
whole
that's a lot of
instruction
work.
booklet.
I
That's a
know,
whole
man.
instruction booklet of shit to eat. No.
I know, man. I didn't know I was installing like cable internet. Like, man, I'm just trying to eat some fucking seafood, you know. But and it doesn't taste that good, man. I like crab legs better. That in a crab leg boil, that's where it's at. That's where it's
Mhm.
at.
Hell yeah, and that where it is at is the wrestling, because this is a
Yes,
wrestling podcast.
yes. So before we start talking about what happened in the week of wrestling, you, my good buddy here, Lorenzo,
Mhm.
purchased some wrestling cards,
I did.
and
I got the Topps Chrome 2025 off of eBay.
yes, and you bought the pack. I think it was a pack of 7, and you gave me a couple packs, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. Thank you again. Thank you very
That's
much.
cool. Cool.
I don't know anything about cards, Lorenzo. Do you know anything about wrestling cards in general?
I don't. I bought these because you had given me the bug when you were like, oh, the last week about the wrestling cards,
Hmm.
and I was like, you know what, I want to get a pack and see what the hype is, and I mean it's fun opening them. I don't know if I got anything really worthwhile, but I know
Yeah,
you'd gotten a few that were pretty cool.
yeah, I sure did. Like, I'll just show like my top 3. It doesn't have to be zoomed in or anything, but I got this like green background Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, I got this title own when Eddie Guerrero was the U.S. champion and WWE Tag Team champion on Smackdown, September 18th, 2003 in Raleigh, North Carolina. I got this one right here.
Mm.
And then this last one I thought was pretty sick. It's like a green shattered border of Sean Spears, 50 out of 175.
That's pretty cool. I think
So
that's
I don't know
gotta
if
be
there's
a banger.
if there's any card aficionados out there, please let me know. If I can retire on this, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, it was a sweet collection. I just want to say thank you again for hooking me up with some of these cards, man. They're badass.
No, it's cool. The only one I really think is pretty cool in this is this Sonya Deville.
Hell yeah.
Because she is no longer with the company. So I was just like, huh.
Man, rest in peace.
What's her name now? Maria Della Manon? No, I don't know. Something like that.
I don't know. Let me look it up for you
I forget.
because
Well,
I don't know what it is.
or Daria. I know
Daria.
her real.
I think her real name's Daria.
Yeah, because she has a podcast, and I want to listen to it, but there's just so many other things to listen to.
Daria Baronato.
There you go. I knew it was a really tough sounding name.
From New Jersey. She's a Jersey girl.
Ooh, geez. She's got her pistol on her.
She's snapping down alleyways like this. I don't know, that's Jersey.
Well, no, I was like, because of the stalker, and she's got a pistol on her because of the stalker. She's just constantly in fear now.
So
she is in constant fear.
So I know that this week in wrestling, this is kind of like the follow-up week to WrestleMania. Kind of a big week in general, but I know there wasn't really a lot that happened in general as far as like this week of wrestling. That was more of like what's next for this new chapter of wrestling. Did you watch any wrestling this week?
I did. I watched Raw. I watched Dynamite. Well, I watched a little bit of Dynamite because I did fall asleep, and it wasn't because of the content. I was just tired. Necessarily because of the content. No, I did watch. What was after that? I did watch Collision and I did watch Smackdown. Did you watch any of the wrestling?
The only thing I was able to watch was Raw because it's on Netflix. And the one thing that bugs me about Dynamite, it's like I do want to watch it, but every time I try to watch it, like the day of, like later on that evening, it doesn't update right away. It's like the week before.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. So I have to watch the week before, and the only way to watch it, like that week of, is if I watch it then and there live.
That's weird because
It's super weird.
I don't think I've ever had that. The only problems I've had is if, like, on because you're watching it on Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I watch it on Max, if it says it's playing live, I'll have to start it like right where it's at. I don't think I can. I think I can rewind it, but if it ends, then it'll end like with it. It's very
seriously.
Particular. Yeah. Like,
wow.
Like if I were to rewind it and it's already been 30 minutes in, and it says the live program is ended, it'll like stop, and so I won't be able to watch like the last 30 minutes. So I try to get there on time, or just watch it. I'll watch it sometimes on TBS or TNT because I have Hulu, so I can watch it on there.
Evil, it's pure evil.
It doesn't make sense. It does. It's cool, but it also is like a broken system. But
yep,
it's whatever. But Monday Night Raw, yeah, like you said, a lot of this stuff is like setting up to. It's not like, oh, we're getting answers from last week. It's like setting up to even something else, more of something else, which is like we'll start out with John Hina.
Hey, that's good.
John Cena did his heel promo, and Randy Orton came out of nowhere and RKO'd him.
That was fucking badass. I really like I just like the camera angle. I like this new camera angles to where he's actually coming out of nowhere, like with the Joe Hendry stuff. Like that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I had to rewatch that Joe Hendry shit.
So what do you think about a heel John Cena versus a face Randy Orton in the year of our Lord 2025?
I'm for it, man. I love Randy Orton and John Cena. I mean, I can take him or leave him. I'm not really into John Cena because I didn't grow up watching him, you know. But I love Randy Orton.
It's going to be interesting because I know they announced a match for the next pay-per-view or PLE, whatever they want to call it now, for Backlash. And that's going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena for the, I was going to say the U.S., for the World Championship, the WWE Championship.
Which is located in the United States, so you're not wrong.
So it's located in St. Louis, Missouri, which is Randy Orton's hometown.
Which is in the United States, so you're not wrong. No,
wait a minute.
Sure. But yeah, no, it's it's his hometown. I mean, that sucks because he's obviously probably gonna lose, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, man, I wonder what's gonna happen with Cody. That's my main thing. I wonder what's gonna happen with Cody in this whole situation because I'm still kind of salty about The Rock not showing up.
He didn't have to. Apparently, he didn't need to. He wasn't needed anymore. Apparently.
Oh my god! Like I'm assuming we're gonna be talking about that later, but it's like it just didn't make sense, that whole situation. But I feel like John Cena is trying to do his best to be a heel, but it's kind of weird because I don't really necessarily believe he's doing heel things at the moment instead of like talking down at the crowd. Like I feel like he needs to do something to really like be like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Like how he beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes. Like that was crazy. That was a very, very good moment. But ever since then, I don't know. Nothing else has escalated from it. Me personally, to where I'm like, man, dude, I fucking hate John Cena. Or like, fuck John Cena, you know?
Well, he's being a heel that makes sense. Like if he was a heel that was just like egotistical and made no sense and was just like saying stuff that only made sense in their own reality or their own mind, it would be more of a heel. But like the stuff he's more like a logical heel. Like when he says, oh, I and this was in Smackdown, but he was saying like, oh, I raised everyone's children, this and that. And he was just like, you know, he's kind of making sense. like how can we argue?
Hey!
Yeah, how can you argue with that? You know what I mean? Like that's he's kind of a logical heel, so it's just like, well, how can we boo him if it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, like, and it's kind of weird too, like how you say the logical heel. Everyone's like, it's hard to boo him, where it kind of goes back to me saying, since he's not getting booed by a lot of the fans, it's hard for me to like go against him. Where like now, it's like fans are smarter. They're dumb, but like they're smart too. Where it's like, man, I'm not gonna boo John Cena because I've always liked John Cena and he's always been a good worker. Like, and he's already done all this stuff for like Make-A-Wish and everything, you know. So it's like, I don't know, like he already solidified himself as a good person, to where he hasn't done any like nasty shit compared to like Hulk Hogan. Like when he joined the NWO, like people fucking hated him. And then it got to the point where it was just cool to like the NWO. So it was just kind of like weird. You know what I mean?
But then also you can put it on Cody too, because it just kind of got boring cheering for him. You know what I mean? Because that good guy persona can only last for so, and not that he wasn't like a good wrestler or good baby face, but like just being good for the sake of being good, like he is just it gets old, you know. It's like Superman. It's just boring, you know.
Do you think this win would have been more impactful if the roles were switched, like with Cody Rhodes being a heel, John Cena still being a face? Or do you think it would have been more if John Cena turned heel at WrestleMania instead, like on his own accord?
I don't know. I feel like it would have been better if freaking Cody Rhodes had like turned heel, but still lost. Like if he had tried to use the belt or I don't know. It's tricky because I'm not sure like where it should go with that, because it's already you know, it's already happened. So I'm
Mhm.
just not sure like what would give him more of an impact other than John Cena. Just I don't know. He's being a heel. He's being an okay heel, but he's not being, like you said, like really impactful.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. It's it's very interesting. I do want this to play out good to where it's like enjoyable, and it is. I like this new. Well, it's not new because they did it a bunch of times before, but like against him and Randy Orton, but now like the roles are reversed. It's like fuck, like this is actually going to be kind of sick. It's like I love both guys, so I'm all for it, man. Take all my money. But I know a lot of people are still upset with that main event, saying that it was not good. Have you gone back to watch the main event? Have you gone back to watch any WrestleMania from the last weekend?
No, I have
No.
not.
I went back to watch a couple stuff to show Giselle, my wife, like the Joe Hendry and that Fatal 4-Way match with the
Oh,
Intercontinental Championship. Well, I
hmm
don't know why I said it like that. Um, but I know our favorite person, the rich man Dave Meltzer, he does not care for the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania. He rated it in such a way where it rates amongst the top 5 worst Mania matches, main event
oh
matches,
Lord, oh
something like
Lord.
that. So, man, let me see if I can look this up because I wanted to get your opinion on it. First off, did you like this main event? Like, do you think it was good?
Like the John Cena, the which main event? The real main event, and John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
It was okay. I wouldn't say it was WrestleMania caliber. Not like finish the story last year. Blah blah blah. But it was a main event. It had two main event stars, and it ended in a way where I was like, oh shit, he actually won. John Cena.
Hmm.
Like I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know he was gonna win. To me, I was hoping Cody would win, but it was still like oh shit. But what happens now? It wasn't like okay, this is a good bookend. It was like a more of a what happens now sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if you are Dave Meltzer and you're praised amongst the fans, right? What would you have rated this match out of 5 stars? Take the quarter stars accordingly, because poor people don't like AEW. Remember.
Poor people don't like AEW.
There we go. I
It's
needed
true.
that in my veins. Yes.
um so rating the John Cena Cody Rhodes match, I would say if I were him,
Yes. Okay. So we'll say you personally, what would you rate this match out of 5 stars? Take a guess on what do you think Dave Meltzer rated it, and then I'll
mhm.
tell you the real answer. I have it right here.
So I would give it probably 3.5 stars.
Okay.
If he were rating it, he's probably giving it 1 star. And yeah, that's what I think. I would say 3.5 stars.
So he rated this match, and I think someone looked it up, and this is one of the top 5 worst rated WrestleMania main event matches amongst Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Supposedly he fucking hated that match.
He was probably
Uh,
tired or something when he watched that match. I don't know how you could hate that match.
so I looked it up for that match specifically, and he rated that match -3 stars.
You might as well just go -5 if you're going in the negatives at all. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
I think he's done -5 stars.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, he's
I think
done
I've seen those.
-5 stars or
Minus
whatever.
5 stars.
-5 stars.
So Cody Rhodes, champion, versus John Cena, undisputed WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 41, Night 2, 1.75 stars.
Oh man, that sounds about right for him.
Man, yeah, I'm looking at some of these ratings for these matches, and according to this, he's like Jey Uso versus Gunther more with 3.75 stars.
Come on, that wasn't a 3.75 star match. That was maybe a fucking 3-star match, maybe 2.75.
I don't know. It was almost a 4-star match. That's the thing. It was almost a 4-star match.
I love the word almost. It sounds like almost.
I got some of these star ratings here, but we'll talk about it as like the week goes on and everything. I'll just keep it here as a lock, but because specifically we're talking about John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one of the worst main event matches according to Dave Meltzer, and I'm just like, that's a little harsh.
Yeah, no, wasn't that bad. Like, come on, like it didn't seem like a main event match, but you don't have to follow the fucking tidal wave of criticism, in order to try to capitalize on. Oh, it's all people are all gonna shit on it, so you might as well ride that same wave.
Do you think? Well, he's a man with a computer, as we all are.
Mm-hmm.
He has an opinion, like we all do. Do you think he kind of took it more into consideration on how we discussed last week, where it's like The Rock didn't show up, like storyline wise, that it didn't make sense? You think he took all that into consideration with the effect of the match, like how it turned out to be, for him to give it such a low rating?
He probably did, knowing him. He probably did. He probably did factor that in, where it's like, it doesn't make sense, or whatever his voice is. I don't know what his voice is.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It wasn't in the Tokyo Dome.
Like, I think that kind of doesn't make sense either, where it's like, if you're really going to take that into consideration, where if you're going to be watching an episode of AEW Dynamite, no shit, like not shitting on Dynamite, but it's like you have a bunch of matches on there that don't have a build-up or anything, like it's just thrown together. And it could be a great match, and he's like, "Oh, that was 5 stars." It's like, man. So now it's just like picking and choosing, like why we're giving our star ratings now, man. Like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because he can, go to like you just said, those matches and be like, "Oh, there's no story to it. They just put them together." Yeah, but it was a 5-star match, and it's like, yeah, but there's no story. You're just you're just doing a what Kevin Knight, Will Ospreay, no build up. No, nothing. It's just put it on, and it's like, oh, they just put on a 5-star clinic. It's like, well, yeah, it was a good match, but for what reason did that match even happen?
Yeah, exactly. Besides it being like a tournament match, and it's I'm trying to give him like the benefit of the doubt, because I know WWE is more like entertainment based storyline wise. Because I mean, we're suckers for it. We've been wrestling fans for a long time, but it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. I guess that's just what gets people to tune into his opinions, just so that way they can stir up like the controversy of his star ratings and everything like that. Interesting.
Oh, Dave Meltzer, that piece of shit. Oh, wait, hold on.
Let's do it again, please.
Yeah.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow.
Wow.
Poor people don't like AEW.
That's great,
man. I hope he's having a great day, man. To be honest, I hope he's not poor. He needs to clean his room, though.
I don't think he's poor. He's got what, $6 a month, $9 a month.
At least 2 people are signed up for it, and I know it's not you and me.
Nope. Hell no. Nope. None of that.
All right, but back to the Raw recap. What else do we got?
A rematch for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel, and they won the belts back from Becky and Lyra.
Oh my God, I forgot that happened.
And Becky got pissed off from the loss and attacks Lyra.
Honestly, it's like, I don't want to say that was a bad thing, because the match was very, very well. It was a good match. And it just makes me think, man, I wish this was the match that they had over at WrestleMania instead of like that sleeper that they did. And I don't think it was any of their fault. I guess they just, I don't know. Maybe they just told Becky, like, hey, like, calm down. Like, you just got back. Like, do what you got to do. And then the next night, they were able to put on a really good match. Like, the fans were into it and everything. I I just hate the jumping around of these titles, man.
Yeah.
Like that bugs me.
Well, and even more to that, I hate that they had to take Bayley out of it to tell this quote unquote story, and then they win the titles, and then it just, like you said, jumps around back to Liv and Raquel, and it's just like, well, what was the whole point of that WrestleMania match if they're just gonna win them back? Okay, you know.
I think Bayley should have still been part of that match. Either one, Becky Lynch comes out and costs them the title, like they're at Mania, or just at least do that at the Raw after Mania, because I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it too. There's a bunch of returns this week. And it's like Becky Lynch could have been a part of that, you know, instead of having to take Bayley out of that fucking Mania spot that she 100% well deserves.
Yeah, they could have easily had, let's say, Becky and Lyra lose the match at WrestleMania, right? Or not Becky. I'm sorry, Bayley. If Bayley was still in it, have Bayley and Lyra lose the match at WrestleMania, and then they were gonna have them rematch for the Intercontinental title, but then at Raw, Becky, whatever, she gets hurt, so she can't she can't participate in the match, and they have Becky come out to be the fill-in for the Intercontinental title match, but then she loses to Lyra and she gets pissed off and turns heel. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like there's a bunch of other ways to do it. Like, why are you gonna take Bayley out of it? And there was a clip that was floating around where Bayley was talking to Chris Van Vliet. Did you see that clip?
I did see it, where she's just like, well, you know, WrestleMania. It's like she already knew what was going down, and she was super sad about it.
Yeah, that you're like, oh, like you're pointing up at that WrestleMania sign. You know, you're gonna be at WrestleMania. She's like, yeah, WrestleMania. And he's like, what does that mean? And then she just kind of like, you know, beats around the bush, but you can tell it's like, man, it's like, you know, they do a lot of stuff for me to like not leave. Where it's like, you know, like, why do I got to do this? Like, fuck, like I'm Bayley, you know.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, she's the only like horsewoman not to complain, and
that you can tell because she's not getting any work.
I know, dude, and it's like, man, it's like this is why everyone loves Bayley, man. Like she's fucking badass. And then for Becky Lynch, or what do they call her, Beck Hogan, because she flexes her creativity to ruin it for other women, I guess. I don't know, man. Like that's just upsetting. I feel so bad for Bayley. She don't deserve that at all.
Nope.
But I'm hoping something else comes out of it, like better for her.
Well, next year we have the New Day doing a heel promo. Alpha Academy comes out to challenge them for the titles, and they're gonna do a match. But then Rusev shows up and beats up Alpha Academy.
I just don't want Rusev to get lost in the mix. That's all I don't want. I love Rusev.
He's cool, but yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, we're gonna talk about it later on. There's a lot of people getting added onto the roster in that sort of mid card area where it's already like, full of people, you know.
And I just wonder where Rusev is gonna fit into all of this. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very, very glad that Rusev's back, but like we said, I just don't want him to get mixed up with everything, and he's just like in limbo again, like he was with AEW, because I feel like that's just like a determining factor in both companies right now, where like a lot of wrestlers are in limbo, but they still want to use the same wrestlers like here and there for like every show.
At least they're still using R-Truth.
I know, man. I love R-Truth, man. You can't get me to hate R-Truth.
You imagine it's like you're using me. I don't know, but show up. You know, be in catering because you don't know when we'll need you for.
Okay, dog.
Io Sky did a promo, and Stephanie Varquez shows up and challenges her to a match, and she accepts. And it was a great match going on. And then Roxanne Perez and Julia interrupt and beat them both up and then Rhea Ripley comes out to save them, and she stares down Julia and stares down Io. So there's a lot of things going on, but then people interrupting, and then more people interrupting the interrupters.
Mm-hmm. Yo, dog, I heard you like interrupters, so I got this interrupter to go with your interrupter to interrupt them.
But I'm glad that NXT people are showing up on Raw. That's pretty cool.
I wonder, do you think this is gonna be like their call up to the main roster? For if that's true for Julia, that's gonna be very fast. That she got called up to the main roster.
I don't think so yet. I think they would make it official by saying it, you know what I mean? Like I know later on I'll show where they did say someone was called up to the roster from NXT, but I think they're just like they were trying to make it the Raw after Mania, so just bringing out all these stars,
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good match until
it was a great match.
People interrupting, and it was just like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess.
It's so funny. I had that same reaction. It's like, I guess. Like I think Roxanne Bettis is very part of the main roster, no? But I know she's doing stuff like back in NXT, but I think she's kind of like back and forth.
Yeah, because she was at Elimination Chamber, right? She was one of the...
Yeah, she was at Elimination Chamber, and then like for WrestleMania weekend, she was on the pre-show for Stand and Deliver. Can you believe that?
It's so weird.
It's so weird. I wonder if she pissed off.
I don't know. Unless she's just like one of the favorites and she's just wanting to do whatever they tell her to do. And she's
maybe
just like down.
Like Bayley.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'll do whatever. But like reverse Bayley, where they actually like want her on TV instead of like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Okay, sit out. And I'm like, well, fuck. I meant I want to be on TV, not do whatever you want by sitting out,
Oh, okay. Sit in this room, and here's a TV. You watch the show, and you sit here. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Write down what you liked, what you didn't like.
3 things you like, 3 things you didn't like, okay?
You keep filming TikToks of yourself playing cornhole or whatever she does.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Which sounds dirty, but it's not. It's the game where you throw the bean bags into the little holes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Cornhole.
No, I thought you were talking about dirty.
No, I would love to play cornhole with Bayley.
Cornhole's hard though.
My cornhole's gonna be hard when.
Hey yo, she could throw bean bags at my. She could toss bean bags. I'd play cornhole with Bayley.
Hell yeah, I'd play some cornhole with Bayley. Next, Jey Uso comes out, and the crowd is pretty pumped, yeeting and chanting, "You deserve it." Sami Zayn comes out and congratulates him. Jimmy Uso comes out and congratulates him. And then after the commercial break, Gunther came out and attacked Michael Cole and choked out Pat McAfee.
Hell yeah, dude. That's my king right there. Man, I like how everyone's shitting on Pat McAfee. Do you like Pat McAfee?
I could take him or leave him. Like if he was not there, I'd be fine with it. If he was there, I don't mind him, but I've been hearing him more on commentary, and it's like more annoying when he's just like he says like the dumbest shit, like where it's random but not even in like a funny way. It's just like, okay, why'd you say that? like he's drunk or something.
I was rewatching Mania, right? And we were watching the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship with Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic, and Finn Balor. And Braun Breaker, he's doing his intro. He's coming out, and it looks all intense and everything. And then Pat McAfee, like just starts barking. I'm like, man, dude, shut up. Man, it's so like, and I've seen online, like there's this wrestling account that I follow that they have posted, what's your opinion on Pat McAfee? And everyone's like, oh, I miss Graves, or I miss Corey Graves. And then other people defending Pat McAfee, like he's a color commentator, like he's not supposed to really add anything to the product. Like, that. I was like, man, yeah, I don't know about that either. Like, we're supposed to be like professional about it, My one of my good friends, he had mentioned, I think it was on Mania or the Raw after Mania, that Pat McAfee said something, and then Wade Barrett just looked at him like, if you wanted to fucking choke him out, like, you need to shut the fuck up, dude. And even my friend, he was the one telling me like, yeah, it's like I understand, like, he's supposed to be goofy, he's a goofy type, but like when he looked at Wade Barrett, looked at him, he's like, oh man, I can see how like that pissed him off or like looked at him the wrong way.
I tell you, fucking Pat McAfee. I don't know. I could take him or leave him.
Yeah.
Next year, I don't remember the match, but JD McDonough came back.
Dominic Mysterio versus Penta for the championship.
Yes, JD McDonough came back, so that's good that he's back.
Mm-hmm. The walking Funko Pop.
He does so weird.
Nah, I like JD McDonough.
I'm just glad he's back after like that injury. That's good, but
yes,
I mean, before that injury, I was like, who? Like, he didn't really like matter to me, but after like, doing that moonsault and suffering that, I was like, okay, he's a tough dude,
He didn't even get concussed, right? It was just a broken rib.
Yeah, just like a broken rib right on there.
Golly, man, that fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine. And then like finishing the match while having that.
What a trooper, man! What a trooper.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, here, I think I did watch this later on afterwards, but Braun Breaker is now teaming up with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
Man, that's gonna be big for Braun Breaker, man. I hope it does wonders for him, man.
No, that's crazy.
I wonder where CM Punk and Roman Reigns are gonna be put into this mix, like in this next chapter, or like what's gonna be happening with like if they're gonna team up or still be going against each other. They're just gonna move on from it. I don't think they're gonna move on from it. I think they still got a little bit to go.
I was gonna say, you don't think this is gonna lead to like a tag match of Rollins and Breaker versus Reigns and Punk at Backlash?
I feel like eventually it might, but it'll be kind of interesting to see if this new, what do you call it, a tag team or a faction, like between Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman?
I don't know. They're just like Heyman's guys, right, or something.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to see like one of the women to be thrown into the mix as well. Where
people were saying Becky Lynch because she's heel now.
I don't care too much for Becky Lynch, dude. Like for some reason, it's like I just don't care as much.
I don't know. I don't really need to see a faction. It's cool that it's just them two. You know, I mean, if they want to add a third person, then yeah, I think they could officially be a faction. But I don't think two people need to be a faction. Let alone just with Paul Heyman. But I feel like it's Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker's just his muscle.
Yeah. What a way to end off Raw though. That was a really good Raw after Mania. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it.
It was good. I did watch NXT, and all I wrote down here was Joe Henry appeared and locked eyes with Oba Femi.
Dang, really? I didn't get to see NXT this week.
That's all I remember from the episode was, or at least notable for that.
Ugh. Sorry, I need to get a blanket. It's cold in here.
Oh no, I'm hot in here. I was sweating earlier. It got hot outside. I got Dynamite, AEW Dynamite, and I just wrote down at the very beginning what happened. So Master P, the rapper, showed up and introduced a new trio. Master P, the rapper,
hell yeah,
make him say,
no copyright us, please. We're just singing.
No, it's not the same thing. So Master P, the rapper, showed up and introduced the new trios champs, the Ops. Then the Death Riders came out and fought the Ops. Then the Ops got the upper hand, and the Young Bucks and Okada came out and attacked the Ops. And then Swerve came out, and the Bucks retreated to the entrance. And then Kenny Omega came out, and they ran into the audience.
Man, that's a fucking lot, dude.
Yeah, I was like, thinking about interruptions in WWE. This was like, on one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. I was just like, why? That's why I wrote it down. I was like, why do people keep coming out to scare other people?
So many, not so many, but that's it. Master P, really?
Well, because they were in his home state. I don't remember. It was like, I don't know if it was New Orleans or one of those states.
Hmm.
I can't remember which. I don't think it was Atlanta. I think it was New Orleans.
Let's see.
And,
I'll figure out for you. I'll see where Master P is from.
Yeah, but he was promoting his Louisiana. Yeah, he was promoting like he's part of a university there, and just taking like donations for the university because he's a coach at that university.
Oh, that's cool. Third Ward of New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. That's interesting.
So they had him out there, and I thought it was just a lot of people coming out and interruptions and stuff like that. I was just like, okay. And then Jamie Hayter. Oh, and this is the match announced for Double or Nothing. Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné for the Owen Hart Cup at Double or Nothing.
Man, Jamie Hayter better fucking win, dude.
I don't think she's going to, but
I think so.
I hope so. I like Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter's hot.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good wrestler too.
She's a good wrestler. I want her to obliterate Mercedes Moné.
To obliterate her.
Destroy her.
Lastly, here we have SmackDown. I wrote down quite a bit here. Oh no, I have Collision too, but thirdly here, SmackDown. The Ring and SmackDown had no advertising on it at all.
Really?
Yeah, it tripped me out. It was just a big WWE logo right in the middle, no advertising.
Wow. Maybe everyone backed out of how bad WrestleMania Night 1 was.
It usually has advertising, right? Even on SmackDown, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, it does.
Yeah. Or at least, with the new era. I'm pretty sure. Because I noticed, I was like, it was just a WWE logo right in the middle. Nothing else.
That's funny. I don't know why that's so funny.
It tripped me out. Let's see. And then they were hyping the John Cena versus Randy Orton at Backlash. That's where they announced it officially.
Nice. I'm ready for that.
Fraxium debuted on SmackDown, and they have been moved to SmackDown roster. They had a great match with the LWO tag team, whatever their names are, Los Garzas or whatever. Goosebumps.
Yes, I love Fraxium.
That's cool that they lost to Hank and Tank, but then they got moved up to the main roster. We need better tag teams in SmackDown.
They do. They got good tag teams, man, but it's just for them to be utilized. I mean, they were left off of the fucking WrestleMania card, I mean, we'll talk about that right now. But I'm stoked for Fraxium. Like, they're gonna make a big dent in this division. I hope they do, man, because they're so fucking awesome.
Yeah, they are good. They had a good debut match. It was a good match. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill had a match, and their outfits looked hot as hell. I'll just show you. I wanted to show you. Did you see this match or hear about it?
I saw clips of it.
Let me just show you their outfits, because that's when she messed up a moonsault. But they both, like, I wrote down what I thought they looked like.
No, Jade Cargill's always fine, dude. Oh my goodness gracious!
I put Jade looked like a dominatrix, and Tiffany looked like she was wearing lingerie. But yeah, I was like turned on by it. I was just like, man, like they both look all hot. Like, how are you wrestling in these outfits? Like, I don't know.
How's the match? You're like, what match?
I was like, what? They were fighting? I thought they were dancing in mud.
Yeah, but no, stupid. I saw this spot right here where she was gonna do like her cartwheel Alabama slam, but then like she held her up the whole time and fucking like powerbombed her, dude. Like, what strength?
Yeah, right there. Yeah, rowdy.
Dang.
No, and this match, Naomi came out and attacked Jade and caused the disqualification, and then Nia Jax came out and attacked Tiffany.
Wow. Okay. So continuation for Jade and Naomi.
Proceed
and then
with caution.
And then Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. I hope that one's a good match, man. Better than Charlotte.
I feel like we've seen that one before, like many times. Tiffany and Nia or Nia.
I think they did that going to the build up for WrestleMania or up to Elimination Chamber, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And with this episode of SmackDown, there was no Charlotte at all.
No,
Wow. Okay.
no. Next year, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu came out, and the crowd was rowdy cheering for Jacob Fatu. Solo says it's his doing that Jacob Fatu had won the belt, and Jacob was like, "Don't get it twisted," or whatever he says. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, don't get it twisted.
He says that. LA Knight interrupts. This is a night of interruptions. Or a week of interruption. LA Knight interrupts and says he wants his rematch. Drew McIntyre interrupts and wants to challenge Jacob Fatu for the title.
Oh, fuck, man.
Nick Aldis interrupts and announces that Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight for a number one contenders match would be later on in the night.
Dang. So later on that same evening, so they fought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So was that the next match, or did other stuff happen in between?
The next match, Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the Women's U.S. Championship, and Zelina Vega wins, and she's the new U.S. champion.
Wow, good for her, man. I was like Zelina Vega.
Yeah, I like her too. She's cute. I mean, she's small. I don't know what she could do. She's like a little Rey Mysterio character, you know. But Chelsea Green, I like Chelsea Green too. So I was just like, oh, this sucks, but that's cool that they are giving Zelina Vega a title, you know.
Yeah, I feel that.
But here's the surprise of the night. Next, The Miz comes out and does a promo, and whoa, the lights go out, and music comes on, and what do you know? He's back, Aleister Black. Aleister Black is black. Adrenaline in my soul.
Getting goosebumps by Cody Rhodes.
Aleister Black is back.
Aleister Black is Aleister Black is black. Aleister Black is back.
Aleister
Black is back.
Aleister Black is black, and he kicks the Miz. The Miz is like, "Who do you think you are?" And he just kicks the Miz and sits.
I am.
He sits Indian style in the middle of the ring, and that's it. Or crisscross applesauce, whatever you.
Can I tell you that's kind of like a sick. I'm so glad they let him keep his old NXT theme because that song goes so fucking hard. That's actually a hardcore band I listen to on the regular called Judiciary. But they're pretty heavy, and they made the interesting for Aleister Black in NXT, Black and Gold, and he still has the same fucking theme. Yes. Oh man, I just love Aleister Black. He kicks ass.
But here I am saying the argument again. We just added Rusev. We just added Aleister Black.
Becky Lynch.
Like, man, yeah, this mid card. Becky Lynch is in the mid card, but like the roster for like mid card is like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Man, but I feel like Aleister Black has that type of wrestling style where it's very exciting to watch, and no matter who he's put in the ring with, he is going to have a great match in general. So him, I'm not really too worried about. It's man, I hate saying it, but like Rusev, he's the one I'm worried about a little bit more. But it's just like my personal opinion. It's like I fucking love both guys, and like they're great performers. And it goes back to the point of like, man, I just want the best for them.
I want the best for Shinsuke. Where's my boy Shinsuke?
Where's Shinsuke?
I'll say, dude, he was just challenging for the U.S. He was the U.S. champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
I don't know. They probably need to make another show so they can have more of the stars on there.
I gotta learn Chinese.
I gotta learn Chinese.
I gotta learn Chinese. What did I put here? Oh, next the LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre for the number one contender. Solo Sikoa came out and spiked LA Knight. So when McIntyre was going to take advantage of that, Damian Priest came out and grabbed McIntyre, and that got the match disqualified to where Drew McIntyre won. Damian Priest chokeslammed McIntyre through the announce desk. Jacob Fatu came out and did a dive on Priest and Knight, and then he moonsaulted both of them.
Man, I'll take a 10-hour compilation of Jacob Fatu doing his moonsault.
Dude, and that would be a lot of moonsaults, since he could do it like so quickly.
Dude, yeah, and he'll do it. I feel like he can do it like for 10 hours straight.
He could do that shit like if he was if he had like brain damage, there'd be that part of your brain that could still like
It's just like routine.
yeah. Like he could, his brain would still know how to do it. Like, you know, he would still do it. He'd fucking be crazy.
So I'm assuming this is going to lead to a multi-man match. So Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu. Them 5?
Probably not Solo. Maybe just Jacob Fatu, because Solo's more like the hype man for Jacob.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm all about that. That's gonna be a great match if they actually end up doing that match. That's gonna be so badass.
For fucking Backlash.
Maybe I'll be about it. I like all the guys, man. It'll be a sick match.
Lastly, here for SmackDown main event, the TLC tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match, and chairs. Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY versus the Street Profits. Tommaso Ciampa shaved. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, he did. So supposedly he slipped and fell, and he cut his chin. So they had to shave the beard off, so that way they could fix his chin. Yeah.
During the match, a prosthetic leg was grabbed in the front row, and I got
hell yes.
I got a clip here of it. I know you had sent me the clip.
Yeah, so midway through, for audio listeners, there was a gentleman in the crowd, front row, was telling Montez Ford, "Hey, use my leg." Oh, go ahead and play it.
Let me see. He just even hit him with
it. Dude, that's so sick, man.
For a guy in the front row just to pull his leg off so he could use it.
And sure enough, he used it for 2 spots, or like 2 hits, and then toss it back to him, which was a good catch by the guy.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, man, but that's fucking badass. That's how you make people stay lifelong fans.
And the Street Profits ended up winning that match. It was a good match. It was good.
I heard it was pretty good. WWE uploaded the whole match today on their YouTube page. So after this match, I'm gonna go and check it out because that was a match I really wanted to see. I feel like that should have been on the Mania card. They could have left the match out.
Yeah,
to put this one on there.
There were some crazy, I'll say, moments, like spots where I think which one, the bigger of the Street Profits speared Tommaso Ciampa when he was hanging on the belt.
Oh, Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, he speared him into like a table from him hanging on the belt. So it was a good match. It was a good match, and then that leg spot was pretty funny.
That was fucking funny. I'm gonna go back and watch that.
And then Collision. Was there anything really good here? I put here, we'll just go through real quick. Swerve came out and the Young Bucks interrupted him and made it to where his match with Blake Christian was immediately happening and not later in the program. Swerve wins, gets beat up by the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega comes out and helps Swerve.
I wonder what they're going to do between Swerve and Kenny Omega if Kenny Omega's coming out repeatedly to help out Swerve.
I don't know. I'm like, I watch it and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like lost.
Mm-hmm. Is it still Moxley that's the champion?
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
They're not the trios champions, but yeah, he's the champion.
Boo.
Next, Toni Storm versus Queen Amanita in some sort of championship elimination tournament or something. I don't know, because Toni Storm won.
Was that a good match?
It was all right.
Was that right?
Yeah, Toni Storm puts on a good match, but that Queen Amanita, she's all right. But It said it was for an elimination match, but I don't know. But
It's just like,
Tony Storm
okay.
won. I was like, yeah, sure. Max Caster still doing the best wrestler alive gimmick. Hologram came out, challenged him, beat him pretty quickly, and finally, main event FTR, who is now managed by Stokely Hathaway, had a match against Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, which seemed like the 100th time this match has happened, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, FTR is heel now. I don't remember who won. I don't know if I was in the bathroom or something when that.
So Stokely Hathaway's their manager now. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And their heel FTR.
Man, he's unironically funny.
He's pretty good. I liked when
Yeah,
he was managing Statlander.
Yeah, man. I follow him on Twitter. He'll post some fucking funny shit, dude. Shit was hilarious.
But yeah, that was the week for wrestling.
What a week of wrestling, man. That it's wonderful, man. Wrestling's wonderful.
No. And speaking of we're getting into the news and about the whole concept of The Rock not showing up after Elimination Chamber, right? Because let's see here where this article says. Let's see. So the Rock says, and this was on Pat McAfee. The Rock says that he got a call from Ari Emanuel about a month ahead of Elimination Chamber because ticket sales were slower than expected. John Cena turning heel came together as a pitch from Triple H after the Cody selling your soul angle started, according to Rock. The Rock says he called Cody and John Cena after Elimination Chamber that I think the final boss work is done and said he's there if they needed him, but didn't want to impede on the story. He liked the finish, but he would have gotten there differently. So,
Fuck
yeah, I don't
off. Fuck off, dude.
So, yeah, apparently he was there if they needed him, but he didn't feel like he wanted to impede on the story that was Cody Rhodes and John Cena. What do you think about that?
He didn't want to impede on the story that he already impeded on?
That he only made sense with for himself?
Oh my god, dude. Well, first off, let me begin with this first statement that ticket sales were slower than expected for Elimination Chamber. Like, they sold a fuckload of tickets, and I don't think that was specifically because of The Rock, you know?
No.
And even if that is the case, I wonder why they're slow. Maybe because you got to charge a fucking arm and a leg for tickets to go to see a wrestling show now, dude. It's like you got to take a fucking car loan out to get a pack of 4 tickets for your family. It's crazy. It's like unaffordable. You have to be like upper middle class to afford this shit now.
Dude, like you said, you got to save for a year or two. I don't know. Like not even a tax refund can get you tickets. It's
no,
like 3 or 4 tax refunds.
It's not. It's ruining it for like the regular fans or like younger children who want to get into wrestling and like to experience it live. It's like they probably can't because the parents can't afford it. Because dude, it's just so fucking expensive. I remember when I forgot what was it. Saturday night's main event came into San Antonio, and I wanted to go. Cheapest ticket was $150 for nosebleeds. And it's like I don't want to sit that far away, dude. Like I want to be like at least in the 100 section or a little bit closer to the ring. I understand like the Frostbank Center is, a little bit more compact, so it's not necessarily bad seats, but I'm not gonna sit all the way up at the fucking top. That's too much, man. It's like everything else is so expensive. It's like, t-shirts are fucking $45 now. And then like don't forget like food or drinks, collector's cups is probably like $12 for a fucking cup. I'll take 2 of them, please.
Because you're probably there with someone, so there's
exactly, yeah, man. But luckily, like the last couple times, like if I've gone with my wife, we'll just buy one drink and like we'll share it, because it'll be enough for us. The cups are pretty big anyway. But anyway, I'm getting off track. It's just so expensive. It's like that's why ticket sales are slow. Like even if it's like the same thing for WrestleMania, it's like you need a fucking loan of $32,000 to get like floor seats. It's like that's crazy, man. Imagine paying $32,000 for night 1 of WrestleMania 41.
I can't imagine. And then can't imagine paying it for night 2 and then being like that ending at the ending 2,
Yeah,
and
man.
you're like I paid this much money for that, like a rowdy fucking regret, buyer's remorse.
And it's like, I hate how he said that he doesn't want to impede on the story. It's like, motherfucker, like, you've been all in this story. What are you talking about? You're the reason why John Cena turned heel. Man, what do you think about this statement? Like, does it irk you as much as it irks me? Probably not.
It's just ignorant of him. Like I don't know if he actually sees it or he's playing stupid, but it's just like, yeah, you've already fucking inserted yourself into this story, and then for you to say, nah, I'm not needed anymore because I don't want to get in the way. And it's just like, dude, you were the whole reason this story began. Of course you're in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You are the main reason John Cena turned heel. Like, you've been responsible for all the final boss shit because you want to insert yourself into certain stories because you're just there. And I don't know if it's Triple H's fault because he's taken a part of like creativity, but I know The Rock is a big owner, so it's like maybe The Rock just shows up, does whatever he wants, and like fucks off, and that affects everything. So now it's like if The Rock shows up, oh, let me be part of this, and then now they have to find all the way around a story they probably already have built up. It's like, well, fuck, now we got to add The Rock into this, so then they got to think of something else. And just for to be like, oh no, I'm done with this stuff. Like, you're good. Y'all are okay.
And it says here on this other, The Rock says he wanted to step out of the spotlight and let all the spotlight be on John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it's just, he says he called the Cena and Rhodes after Elimination Chamber. He called Cena and Rhodes after Elimination Chamber and said, I think the final boss work is done. We just pulled off the greatest angle in the history of pro wrestling.
Fuck off, dude. This is why your movies fucking suck, Rock. Fuck you.
He's just so cocky and full of himself. It's funny.
Oh my god, it's more annoying than anything. Look at that stupid belt with the fucking bull on it. Man, fuck off. I'm really upset by this. I don't know if you can tell.
I could tell. Oh, Rock. It's just funny. Yeah. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or he's playing that character to where he has to like act like he's the best thing in the world. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. It's like I didn't know we had another Young Bucks here.
Oh no, he has actual. Well, they have creative control, right? See, he has actual super duper creative control. So, oh well, that's The Rock. That's The Rock.
Ridiculous, man. Fuck The Rock.
Fuck The Rock Hogan. Nah.
Fuck The Rock Hogan. Fuck the back Hogan.
Next year, WWE is actively pursuing the removal of all recordings of the WrestleMania Road hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe, issuing numerous DMC takedown notices to prevent unauthorized distribution of the audio. Did you hear any of this audio or see any of the clips?
I heard. I have a list of some of the jokes here.
I got it.
I'll read them in a little bit because we'll talk about this first. So I saw some clips from this, and man, it just wasn't that funny. I only saw the Paul Heyman and him and Gabriel Iglesias getting bad at each other. Yeah,
it seemed very haphazardly put together, like very half-assed organized. And then think about it, they just got done with WrestleMania, like legit night 2. So they went like straight to this theater and set up, or it was probably already set up, but I mean, they went straight to the theater and did this show. So they must have been tired. Some of them drunk, some of them fucking off of adrenaline from whatever. So I don't know. I just can't imagine, especially like Pat McAfee or whatever, because they had called the matches and shit being here, you know, probably drinking.
Oh, he was there as well?
I think so. If I remember seeing like some of the footage, and it was just real grainy and shit, you know.
So do you like Kill Tony?
I used to follow it religiously, where I would watch it every Monday, and now with like wrestling kind of taking over my life, because I'll put on, it comes on like at the same time Raw does, I'm pretty much just like watching wrestling. I don't really have time for Kill Tony, but I used to watch it like a lot. I used to really like it a lot, and I just haven't cared to watch it in a long time.
I've only seen clips on TikTok, and sometimes it's just kind of unfunny. Like to me, I think it's unfunny. There's
Yeah.
some stuff where it actually gets like a cackle out of me, but I feel like it's mainly the people they invite up on stage that crack me up. It just makes me think of when you showed me that clip when Ric Flair like walked out.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was a
That
bad
was
episode.
super bad. That was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. That was
And
really
I
bad.
was just like, dude, this, I don't know, it's just unfunny. And just for the sake of watching that Paul Heyman clip, it's just him talking about how everyone sucks dick, everyone sucks cock, whatever. It's cum jokes, haha. It's like, now my thing is like everyone can make a dick joke, and I don't really think it's funny. Like you can just tell like the crowd wasn't really like into it either. It just sounded so awkward. It really did.
I feel bad for that one clip where Fluffy was like, they're cheering, you hear them cheering your name, Paul. They haven't said your name at all. They're saying Fluffy. And he was just like, man, that I feel bad for Fluffy because here's this like lifelong WWE fan and he's getting shit talked to him by Paul Heyman.
Dude, I know, man. I heard he was fucking mad. Like, and then they showed him in the crowd, I think, for the Raw after Mania, and he's just there, like, just like a wave and a thumbs up. That's it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be here anymore, but he hates me.
So I have a screenshot or someone. So they're taking down videos of anyone who posted from this. But luckily, we have here someone made a transcript of some of the jokes that they said for this.
Yeah.
Did you read any of these?
I did. I have it here too.
Okay, I'll start off with reading some. There's 18 of them, so we'll just go down the list.
Right.
It says transcript description of the show since they already started taking down videos of the WWE WrestleMania roast. Disgusting, right? So I don't know if they're saying disgusting because they're taking them down or disgusting because of the jokes.
Probably because of the jokes.
Okay, so these are what this for audio listeners, those watching at home. This is from what they said at the roast. This isn't our opinion. Okay, let's reiterate that this isn't our opinion. These are not our jokes. Jinder Mahal wasn't at WrestleMania because he was having a midlife ISIS. Okay. At WrestleMania, Jey Uso was the underdog, which is what Nakamura ate for dinner tonight.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Paul Heyman made jokes about Maurice's private parts, and then Heyman also said Shayna Baszler had a penis.
All right.
Jacob Fatu became the U.S. champion, which is crazy because if the president saw Jacob, he would have deported him to El Salvador. Naomi and Jade Cargill had their match. When it comes to a rivalry, we've only begun, and they will face off again at In Your Waffle House. CM Punk is straight edge from drugs, alcohol, and winning at WrestleMania. I'm like, okay. Jey Uso is still out celebrating and hitting the bar, and history shows he'll have a nice drive home tonight.
Ooh.
This is just a note somebody took. There's a couple of them. Charlotte Flair appeared to be in the main source of attack, as there were several jokes made regarding her divorce and plastic surgeries. There was a joke about the Allegiant Stadium being so big and black that Hulk Hogan wouldn't let his daughter anywhere near it. This one kind of got a fucking kick out of me. Nia Jax is into BDSM. Her safe words are downset hut. I said Nia Jax's name 3 times and my crock pot came on.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
It's 420, a day of celebration for pot smokers and Christians. It's also Hitler's birthday, so it's probably a celebration for Gunther too. I wanted Nakamura to appear at the roast, but a tariff got put on his booking. Tony said he wanted Del Rio at the roast, but WWE had yet to turn that page. Haha, page. Punk Probably the most out of pocket one was Paul Heyman making a joke about actor Freddie Prinze Jr. starting a wrestling promotion, saying, "quote We all need another wrestling promotion, like Freddie Prinze's father needs another hole in his fucking head."
Eesh. Eesh. I wouldn't. Paul Heyman really let loose at this shit, huh?
Eesh. Golly. I was like, so like people in the comments are saying, honestly, I've seen roasts where jokes were much more cruel than this. I think it's funny. Comedy is dying because of softies and cancel culture. Not a single one of these are funny. Seem like a show for 14-year-olds who see themselves as edgy. Yeah, it's kind of like just split down the middle, where it's like, I don't see the problem. It's roast. No, no. Go ask anyone who got roasted in any of these ghosts if they think it's disgusting. After most of these, yeah, it's just like whatever, back and forth. If your humor is based on racism, I don't even know what to say. God bless y'all.
Why are you on Twitter if that's your attitude?
Dude,
Like,
Twitter is like the worst place to
yeah,
be, dude.
Twitter's the worst place to be if you're gonna like. Well, if your humor is based off racism, that's what this whole platform is literally based off of is racism.
So what do you think about all this? I think this is the first and only time they're probably going to be doing this.
Yeah. I feel like this is like the Ric Flair thing where it sounded like a cool idea because Tony Hinchcliffe's such a huge wrestling fan, but then they did it and it was just like, thanks but no thanks. We'll thank you for the opportunity. We tried that and it didn't work out, But there's too much. There's too much collateral damage that could happen, with character and stuff like that and egos.
It really is, and I personally feel like this was a bad start to begin with, where it's just like, oh, they're going to do this roast with Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm like, oh, dude, this is going to be terrible. And how we said that it was going to be after WrestleMania Night 2 that they were going to start doing this. People are already going to be tired because it's a long show. They got to commute over to this show. The wrestlers, the performers are going to be tired because they got to go all the way from the stadium to this auditorium to do this show. Everyone's just going to be in a bad mood. Like, it's a recipe for disaster from what the sound of it was. Like, it was, man. It really was.
I'd be very surprised if they did another one. I would be like, that. I'd be very surprised if they were like, "Oh no, that was a hit. We're gonna do another one." No way, that was a hit. There was no way.
There's no way that's a hit. It's like, and they said that they recorded it too, so there's video clips of it. I just don't know if they're ever gonna post it up, man. It's probably gonna go into the vault of like, do not open.
If they do make another one of these, it's very much because of what's his name, Joe Rogan being friends with Dana White, being friends with Tony Hinchcliffe. That's the only way I could see it happening is because Joe Rogan put in a word with Dana White, who then put in a word with TKO.
Yeah, probably just like a chain of events, a chain reaction.
Mm-hmm. But I highly doubt it. This was like a experiment that, yeah, it didn't work out. This is too, like, no one can see this. You know what I mean? Unless, I don't know. I know. I don't think they would do another one. I'm trying to find like a small germ in all this that can, but it's no, it's not gonna, it shouldn't happen again.
No, it was a bad idea from the beginning. I don't think this show is gonna fly. Not unless everyone like that works there has that same type of humor, but as you can tell, people are already pissed off. I heard Nia Jax was like not even roasting; she was just like talking shit about Charlotte the whole time.
I didn't even know she was there. I thought she was just not there, and they were just making fun of her.
I know. I was like, man, poor thing.
You can't even defend yourself.
Oh man, what else do we got after this?
We have you sent me this Karrion Kross promo. It just says watch this. So let's see. Let's watch this.
Talk about how awesome it is that Logan Paul just won. And let's talk about, Sam, let's talk about what Logan Paul represents. The shortcut. Feels so good to be here. Feels so good to be in the business. Thinking about all of the funerals that I wasn't able to attend for the last 11 years in this business, all the holidays I missed. You know, I could have just started a YouTube channel, could have just jumped in there with AJ Styles. Feels really good, right? It's awesome. It's really good.
Do you guys know we have 25 years combined experience, and what are we doing on Mania?
Well, they know because they're normal human beings, and they actually love professional wrestling. But apparently, that doesn't mean shit anymore. That doesn't mean shit. All I asked Alan to do was, for once, to not think about just himself. Think about everybody in the back, and think about the professional wrestling fans. That's all I wanted him to do. Sometimes, to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But he's a narcissist, and he had to do it his way. Hey, Alan, how many more WrestleManias do you have in your system? Probably, I don't know, one. Maybe this is the last one, and you just pissed that away. For what? For what? For your way? Thanks a lot, bud. I really appreciate it. You want to know what the best advice I ever got? It was from Bill Goldberg. 2021, back when I was in the Twilight Zone, you know what I mean? I'm wrestling for gasoline. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. Bill goes, hey, Kross, you know what? You remind me a lot of me. I go, I think we have different styles, Bill, but I really appreciate that. Do you have any advice for me? He goes, you know what? You just got to be a good soldier. A good soldier is what he said. So I decided to be a good soldier. You know what happened? They released me. And then I come back. You know what being a good soldier gets you, everybody here? Just so in case you're wondering, you want the back scoop here. Being a good soldier gets your times cut. Being a good soldier means that people come up to you and say, hey, you got any great ideas? Yeah, here it is from Scotland. No. That's a little too great. We're looking just for good ideas. That's for those guys over there. That's what being a good soldier is, okay? Being a good soldier is coming to your hometown where you cut your teeth when we got started and not being on the card. It's all about viral moments now. That's what it's all about, viral moments. Well, Guy, everybody's been telling me that I got to become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it and they shut it down. I never asked to wrestle Randy. I never asked. That happened organically, and you ignored it for a viral moment. And good on Joe. Nothing against him. But you ignored it. And the crowd told you exactly how they felt about me on Smackdown when I was eliminated. And you ignored it. Become undeniable. My ass. My ass. You want a viral moment? On behalf of all of the true fans of professional wrestling, Guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. That's from Killer Kross. No.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't see the whole thing.
You didn't see the whole thing? Oh,
no, I hadn't seen that whole thing. That was
I think he's mad.
Now, what do you think about this promo that he cut? And this was what, after WrestleMania?
This was that same night after WrestleMania. It happened. Yeah, this was uploaded the next morning, like April 21st, 2025 at 7:44 a.m. Well, this account, Wrestle Features, posted it on their account. So it had to have been right after Mania, like when they're doing the interviews, like the post-Mania interviews.
Yeah, because I know these two, the hosts, they do the Raw recap podcast because I've listened to them. And I know they were going to do like WrestleMania recaps after each night. And I guess this was what, night 2? Because that was the AJ Styles match, Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. What do you think about all this?
I mean, I know we were wondering if this was a shoot or no, if this was a shoot, brother. But yeah, it sounds like at a certain point he really got pissed off and he was just like, I'm not getting any time because of Logan Paul specifically, you know. And he looked like he was getting kind of mad at Joe Hendry too, but he kind of calmed down.
He's like, "Oh, I'm just glad he wasn't mad at Joe Hendry. That would have made me
I know.
sad."
when he mentioned Joe Hendry, I was like, whoa, wait, what did he do?
He's like, nothing against him. Good on Joe. Nothing against him. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You go off, King. No, dude. I remember watching this promo like on my phone, like that same morning. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, he's good. Like, he's always been good. He's always been fantastic. And it's like, it sucks that he's never been given the proper chance to like shine or anything. And it has to boil over to like him like tipping the pot where it's kind of like losing control, where he has to say something about it for people to get to notice him. Where it's like, dude, like he's always been good. I've always been a fan of him, especially in NXT. I like this stuff in NXT, but it just sucks because I know I don't know if there's a video coming out soon. Like they did a little documentary recording him. I don't know if it's like his personal team or like WWE talking about his time in Vegas and like not being on the card. And he's talking about how like it sucks that whenever fans come up to him and like, he's super nice and everything. Like he's really goofy, very friendly. And they go up to him and they're like, oh man, like they tell me like my best stuff's in NXT. And it's like it makes me upset because I feel like that's my only best stuff is in NXT. Like I haven't gotten a chance to shine like on the main roster, and they're not giving it to me.
Mhm.
It's like, man, like it's upsetting to see it like that. You can just tell like he's super upset about it, but he's just grateful for like the fans and everything, like still supporting him. I think more people were audible on the Raw after Mania because he showed up on TV and he got a huge pop because he was just in the backstage segment. I don't know if you remember that when they interviewed
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
Yeah. I think I remember that. And he's been getting like huge pops when he does like pop around, but I'm like, do something with him. Like you see him
Mhm.
getting this reaction, do something with him. Like don't just have him. I mean, yeah, I would say don't have him like a R-Truth, but I mean, he's obviously not really a comedic. R-Truth is a comedic character,
Mhm.
obviously. Where this guy, it's like sure he could work, he could wrestle. People want him. Why don't you have him fucking show up? That's why I keep saying they're adding more and more like Rusev, Aleister Black. It's like, well, where do they find the time for people like Karrion Kross? When it's like
Mhm.
he's in that same area and they're not even making time for him, and they add two more wrestlers.
Yeah, man. It's kind of leads up back to the idea of like for them to do another show, but then again, that'll be too much already. Like it's already enough wrestling as it is. Like
Yeah.
for the week. Like obviously, we were talking about the recap for like an hour, but um, it sucks, and it's like you can't tell this is like borderline. Like I'm pretty sure he is pissed off because I mean, obviously he said fuck, and like Scarlett's right there. I don't know if you heard her, but it's like she's like rubbing him like on his arm, like trying to like
Yeah.
calm him down.
Like, whoa,
And
slow
then
down. Don't
I don't know
say
if you heard her go
anything.
like Kevin, like stop, like Kevin. Dude, and then I forgot who else posted this, but they had as like a little bit of snippet, like afterwards, he's like standing up, he's all my contract details are online, like someone like leaked it. It's like I don't know how the fuck they got it. Like just like really upset, and then like he walks off.
I mean, he sounds like he really has nothing to lose. Like he like he cares and he doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sucks, man. It's like I really do like Karrion Kross. I want him to be more on my TV. It's kind of like surreal whenever you see stuff like this, like wrestlers going like off script or just like not in character, like just like being like really fucking frustrated. It kind of reminds me of, like the CM Punk pipe bomb,
Mm-hmm.
like that whole
Yeah.
situation.
To me, it's refreshing because it's their true. You could tell it's their true passion. They really do care, and I just wonder what I'm sure Logan Paul, because it's obviously directed at him. What would he would have to say, because he seems like the kind of person that would want to react to something like this
Mhm.
and be an asshole about it, because that's it. Not only is that his character, but that's just him as a
Mhm.
person. He would like to. He laughs at shit like this, and I feel bad for Karrion Kross because it just fuels Logan Paul even more with his ego. You know what I mean? Like it just makes him like the Joker and makes him fucking feel better knowing people are fucking being sacrificed their
Mhm.
time for him. But what can you do? I mean, yeah, what he said is true. Logan Paul, yeah, he came in with the viewers and stuff like that, but he's brought a whole new set of eyeballs to wrestling. He really has. You can't deny it. You know what I mean?
You can't deny it, but
You can't.
it's like it sucks that it's come down to that. Like so, like you said, like 25 years experience between the both of them just be left off the main card for someone who just showed up like a few years ago and doesn't wrestle full time. Like it's not fair to a bunch of those performers in the back.
No, but I don't know. It's when is it fair? You know what I mean? When is I'll say that cheesy shit. When is life fair? But we know how it is. The hardest workers sometimes don't get anything, and sometimes you got to be that squeaky wheel to get the grease. You know. If you want to end up like Bayley and just be a good soldier like him, you know, where you're just like, oh, I guess I'll just sit this one out, and it's just like, well, fuck.
So I think the main note that we can end off on this segment. Well, two things. It's like, I want to see more Karrion Kross on my TV. Like I do like him. He is a great performer. And two, fuck Bill Goldberg.
He doesn't know shit, Bill Goldberg.
No, fuck Bill Goldberg.
So this is from WrestleVotes Radio. Karrion Kross is expected to get extended opportunities on TV.
I stand by what I said. Fuck Bill Goldberg.
So we at least hopefully we'll see more of him. But I'm saying you just added Rusev, Aleister Black. It's just like, goddamn, where the fuck you need a whole nother 3-hour show dedicated to the mid-carders with their whole own championships.
Or just like, don't even have a long show. Just have like an hour-long show. Because isn't Collision like an hour long?
2 hours.
It's 2 hours. They could do a 2-hour show like on the weekend or something. Like it doesn't even have to be like in the evening, like prime time. Like it could just be like late afternoon or something on the weekends when a lot of people are off. But I mean, then again, that's when they do like the PLEs and stuff, right? So that probably wouldn't work.
They could find another day, 2 hour Thursdays.
Thursdays. Yeah, well then again, send them to TNA.
Send all the mid-carders to TNA.
Oh, man.
To crossover. They could do crossovers.
But I want nothing but the best for him. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction and he doesn't get like retaliated for his actions or anything.
Hopefully they just don't release him, like they just do to a lot of people. Oh no, we're gonna bump you up, but don't worry, we're gonna fucking push you, and then they just release him.
Hey, that felt a little too real. That's too close to home.
Speaking of the releases, Bishop Dyer, the former Baron Corbin, calls out WWE over treatment towards Bayley at WrestleMania 41. Quote, "Fuck you, that's my sentiment." Quote, "I've had a few days to kind of calm down because it made me extremely angry. Fuck you, that's my sentiment. I mean, to do it to Bayley of all people, someone who has been through COVID, has made lemonade out of dog shit repeatedly, is a model fucking employee. I don't give a shit if she knew the storyline ahead of time. Please do all this, take all these bumps, work your ass off, and 2 days before we're going to replace you. And I know Bayley's going to be fine, but that is a moment and is bullshit all the way through. She didn't get to be on WrestleMania. She went down to NXT, elevated talent, does everything you've asked of her. Bayley deserved to be on WrestleMania. It is insane to me that you take that moment away." So that's Bishop Dyer talking about Bayley's moment.
His first name is Bishop?
That's like kind of like Baron. It's a bishop. I forgot his real name. What's his real name? Michael Donahue? No, I forget.
Michael McConaughey. Let me look up his real name. Baron Corbin.
I forget. I know his real name. Something Dwyer.
Thomas Pestock.
I was way off. Tom Pestock. I was way off.
Bishop Dyer is his like stage name, you know?
Yeah, that's his gimmick name. Because I know he had said on Ariel Helwani, they asked him why Bishop, and it's like, well, it's kind of like Baron, but it's not, but it is, you know, because he wanted to kind of keep it the same, but not. Because he couldn't use the name Baron Corbin. But what do you think about him saying this about Bayley?
I feel like it's like a broken record for us, where we've been saying this for the whole fucking time, like, you know, fuck that shit, that all this stuff they're doing to Bayley, it's not fair to her.
Nope, that's exactly how I feel. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about it for weeks, where it's just like,
yeah, man,
Bayley, where's Bayley? Man, Bayley, where's Bayley? And then this happens, man, that sucks. Bullshit. They shouldn't do that to Bayley. Yeah. He's just saying what everyone's thinking.
Man, I want nothing but the best for Bayley. I hope Mr. Pestock is doing okay. Pestock. I never heard that last name before.
Tom Pestock.
Thomas Pestock. It's like, isn't it like Michael O'Donoghue?
Isn't it like Dwyer? Francis Dwyer?
Isn't it Charleston McGonaghy?
Next year, this is something interesting here. WWE is prepared to make an outstanding offer for upcoming free agent Mariah May.
Wow.
What do you think of that? How do you think they would fit her? Do you think she'd go to NXT? Do you think she'd go to the main roster? What do you think they'd do with Mariah May?
Ah, man, I don't know. I really don't know because the women's division on NXT is pretty stacked.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty fucking stacked. I feel like she could go down there and have like good matches too. Maybe I feel like maybe NXT first before they move her up to the main roster if she does sign up with them in the first place. Because I guess from what we've been hearing, it's a bunch of hard egos in the women's division on the main roster. Like, God forbid they do anything down there.
No, I think she would fit in with either. I figure they'd want to bring her into NXT first because she could use a little bit of work. But yeah, like you said, it's fucking stacked there. So it's like, I'll bring her in and be like, well, fuck, where do we put her? We already have like a shit ton of women here, but they could always move up Vodka and Julia to the main roster and then have a little bit more room there for women. And the stuff she did with Tony Storm was pretty good. So I think, I don't know, she can calm down and not have to get all bloody, and they can
Like,
have her be Tony Storm there, like reuse her
Right.
name.
Nah, like wherever she goes, she'll be good. I liked her in AEW.
Yeah. No, it'd be interesting to have them sign her, and it's just like, man, they just keep signing AEW talent.
It's like, hell yeah.
Because why not, you know? Lastly here on the news, and I know you had sent me this. Well, you sent me everything, but a woman on Reddit shares a story of how her husband's obsession with pro wrestling is ruining their marriage.
Do you want me to begin this, like to read it?
Yeah, you can begin it.
All right. So this is on Reddit r/relationship_advice from user Daco_financial. My 26 female husband, 33 male, is obsessed with pro wrestling and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Throwaway, as my husband's on Reddit. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back into it. I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of. But he has become obsessed and is escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. In parentheses, I apologize as I may not get all the terms right. I am exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it. It started harmless enough. We watched the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. They started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night. There's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. He started spending money, in parentheses, I mean a lot of money, on merchandise. T-shirts, hats, action figures, the fake belts, etc. I was okay with this, and it was nice to see his passion reignited for something. Quote, he's been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering and booing. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he's constantly shouts out the catchphrases randomly. He says things like, yeet, acknowledge me, you can't see me, etc. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along with him. Like if I don't raise my hand when he says, acknowledge me. This past weekend was the worst of it. For those of you who know, know it was WrestleMania. He asked me to refer to him as the final boss, ? All weekend. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way he needs. And whenever we're watching wrestling, I look bored, disinterested, etc. So I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week easy. When Jey Uso, misspelling, won at WrestleMania, he literally jumped on top of our couch waving his arms. It was embarrassing and I left the room. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked for a lot of role playing lately, as well as it makes me very concerned. The things he asked me to do and say makes me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling related. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's nonstop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it's still affecting him today. His mood sours and seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. He hasn't been as loud as noisy as usual. So Reddit, I need help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler songs. He does their sayings. He got all their T-shirts. He even got tickets for us to the next show coming through in about 3 weeks. But I don't think I could take it. Man, is this my wife? Is this my wife? She made a fake Reddit account to post this.
That's okay. So I'm cool with all of this. I really am until it gets to the whole intimacy thing, and then how whenever she's like, I don't want to say too much, but it's very concerning. It's all wrestling related, the role playing he has me do, and I'm just like, okay, there's some things where you gotta like
draw the line.
Yeah, you gotta like the curtain is there's the line in the sand. No, like you don't cross it, you know?
It makes me think like how the fuck can you be intimate with doing wrestling terms in the bedroom? I don't see that. I don't. That's awkward, man. It's like I'm reading this and it's like my tone's getting lower and lower because I'm like, oh my god, this is me. Besides like all the action figures and everything, the fake belts.
I just imagine he turns off the lights for sex and it just goes dong dong.
Oh my god, he probably does that.
And he has the Undertaker music and he just comes out butt naked or something with the Undertaker hat. You know?
Oh my god, he takes off the robe and it's just nothing underneath. Man, it's like, but like, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, oh my god, like, I kind of do this stuff. I'll say, I don't think I get upset, but I have definitely got upset at wrestling before. I know that for a fact. Giselle see me at my worst, at my lowest.
Yeah, but then you spread it out with like other hobbies she has, and then you socialize with other people that don't necessarily are into just wrestling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you play whatever Magic or the other card games, and then you I don't know, you socialize other ways too. It's not just wrestling where you're by yourself in this wrestling world and that's it.
No, yeah.
You know?
Like a lot of my friends, let me rephrase that, like my one of my best friends, Jacob, like he's a big wrestling fan, like I am. So like we're always like watching wrestling, like talking about it and stuff. But then when it comes to it, it's like we'll just talk about like, other shit. Like it doesn't take over my life, but it's like I'm passionate about wrestling because I've been watching it since I was a kid, right? And like I'm, blessed to have a wife, like a partner that's able to experience this with me. Mm-hmm. And like I could tell her like, oh, this happened, and like she's like she could get into it, but like not as hardcore as me because like again, like there's the fine line of like she tells me, she's like, oh, I'm not into it a lot. Like I know the wrestlers though, like I know who they are, but she won't go out of her way to like watch the show or anything like that. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. Like you do your thing, like I do my thing. Like we support each other, but it's funny that like it gets to a point where like this woman posting this is like, oh, this is gonna ruin my marriage.
It's just the intimacy part. That's the only thing where I'm like,
that bugs me.
Yeah, everything else to me sounds like a regular fan. And yeah, it's a little bit extreme, of course, but there are a lot of wrestling. I don't know. You could say that about a person who likes anime or likes video games. Like all they do is play video games. Oh, video games, or anime. All they do is watch anime. All they buy is anime stuff. Blah blah blah. Or car parts. All my husband does is watch car related shows.
It's a hobby. It's hobby related.
Yeah. But the whole intimacy part is where it gets me. Where I'm like, okay, that's a little bit
Okay,
too
yeah, that's
extreme.
weird. I feel like the intimacy thing, it has to be like a special connection, like between you and your partner, like on a level ground where y'all can be in the middle. It can't just like be all about you and like wrestling in general, you know?
Yeah, it's not healthy when two people aren't on the same wavelength there.
No, no, it's not.
I
It
don't
really
know.
isn't, man. That shit is so funny, man. I like everything like she's listing off. I'm like, man, dude, I just did all of this for night one of WrestleMania, except for the intimacy part. So she's like, oh, like the t-shirts. It's like I was wearing this one, my Eddie Guerrero shirt. I was wearing this one. We're watching the pay-per-view. We're watching WrestleMania. Like, oh, he's doing the hand gestures. I'm doing the acknowledge me for Roman Reigns, and I'm doing the Shawn Michaels pose where like he flexes like this. I'm just like, oh no, I'm the loser.
Oh no, she's the loser. The woman is a loser because she needs to figure it out. She needs to become a wrestling fan. If that's
Real
it's on
quick.
her.
Hold on, let me see. I need to go on Reddit. I want to see if this post is still on there.
I wonder.
Yes,
You're gonna
but
you're gonna freaking see dead bodies getting
oh no, dude, I make sure to avoid that shit. I put like palate cleansers and like dogs, like little baby puppies and everything.
okay.
I make sure. I haven't been on Reddit in a fucking long time, and it's taking a long time to do it, but it's okay. What is it?
No.
r/relationship_advice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look it up, but we could go on to like other stuff.
Let's see here. That was pretty much the main wrestling news that happened today or this week.
Dang.
Yeah, that was pretty much it, the woman on Reddit sharing. I don't know. Hopefully hopefully your husband doesn't see that or he sees it and is just like, honey, I see a Reddit post. I think it's about me.
So, honey. Let me see. Okay, I found a page. Do someone not invited Beyonce. Man, people are just bitching, huh? No, just kidding. Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit until I find it, but let me find it. I just want to see what other people are saying.
Moving on to these botches and funny stuff, we can see here. You sent me this PlayStation 2 ATV Off-Road Fury, and it's Stone Cold hitting the wall all hardcore where that lady fell back.
Oh man.
And they actually have this camera view of it. Let me show you.
Ooh.
Where he actually hit the wall.
Dude, first off, why is the floor so dirty?
I'm guessing he knocked down the drink whenever he hit the wall.
I was like, man, there's popcorn. It looks like vomit.
There's like a chili dog there on the floor too.
Man, they're just gonna leave that there?
No, I think it's popcorn. Never mind.
Well, like, man, that's kind of upsetting.
No, I know whenever he hit that wall, I was like, oh shit, because that lady just fell back and they just kept checking on her to see if she was all right. And I was just like, man, there's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit.
I know, she's going to get fucking free wrestling tickets for life.
She's going to be right there in that same spot next to the green shirt dude.
Oh, man, I wonder how that, supposedly that dude has a family that works there. That's why he's getting a...
The hookup. Oh, this is the one you said. Interview, you're a corpse in Japanese forest.
Oh my god. Nice. Japanese forest. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find this user. Okay. I found the post. People are responding. As a wrestling fan, my advice would be this. Your husband desperately needs some friends he can watch wrestling with. He clearly has become a huge fan, and if he's dumping all this excitement and enthusiasm for it onto you, then that suggests he has no one else that he could talk to about this. My friend and I have pay-per-view watch parties where we all get together, talk about wrestling while watching it. Plus, I'm on a few online spaces that talk about wrestling too. Tell him to start looking for groups and friends that he could enjoy it with. Oh, that's nice advice.
A healthy way to look at it. Yeah.
I know that's the first time for Reddit, right? Tell him this, and I mean exactly. You need to tone it down, or you got a 141 and 2/3% chance of getting divorced. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you if you don't change your behavior. Oh my god,
That's great. That's the perfect Reddit answer right there. Never mind.
This post is a wrestling fan LARPing as an annoyed wife for karma. The post screams, I'm a fan pretending to be a non-fan for dramatic effect. The tone has too much insider accuracy disguised as cluelessness. Anyone truly disinterested and overwhelming by wrestling wouldn't remember these details.
Maybe.
Yeah, focusing on Jey Uso was such a giveaway. Yeah, I guess.
Another one that percentages, the numbers don't lie.
Dude, man. And someone replied, don't work yourself into a shoot, brother. Oh, man. The internet's okay sometimes.
I love Reddit. I love watching dead bodies.
No, I don't, man. I hate that shit. Oh, no. What picture is this? I just looked up.
Here's a video that says, Jay, and it's got...
Oh,
he's just holding that salute forever.
Just like, oh, I like everyone's just like, oh.
Not the best video there of him holding that salute, but not too bad.
God, dude, that shit's fucking funny. I like wrestling.
I love it. Next year, what is this? Oh, everybody in the front row let their intrusive thoughts win. And there's everyone there just staring at Jade Cargill.
She is so fine, dude.
She is.
She could ruin my life. And I apologize.
Here is me to my infant son that I do not care for. Let's see what this video is.
All right.
Euforia que hizo lo propio que el último guerrero y contestar Black. Cuidado, Euforia lo ha cazado.
Oh.
Qué manera de caer.
What do they mean by infant son?
I don't know. Just wrestling with your infant son, I guess.
Oh, man. Do they have a sponsor of a giant car battery in the middle of the ring?
Let's take a look. They do. Dang, that's a huge ass sponsor.
God.
Holy shit.
That's crazy that we almost missed that.
Dang, all these car parts right here in the middle of the ring. Holy shit.
Auto Partes. Adelco. Oh,
lastly,
man.
here, what do we have? Oh, here's Tony Atlas in a match.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Oh, Tony Atlas catches this. Oh no. Shazza, run. What am I seeing? Oh! Man knows what he likes. Tony Atlas feasting on Shazza McKenzie's feet. Oh, headbutt to Frank the Clown. Big.
So Frank the Clown. I don't know if you understand the reference, but he's apparently really into feet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Tony Atlas is like he, and I even saw the Dark Side of the Ring episode, but I already knew about it before, but he's just super into feet. Like, he loves paying women to step on his face with sneakers. And that's, I guess, where this finishing move goes from, where he gets their feet and puts them right in his face.
Oh, my God. Why did that make me uncomfortable?
Hey, man, I get it. We all have our thing,
Yeah, everyone has their thing, man. It's not kink shaming. Man, but that's fun. I didn't know anything about it. I thought I was expecting something else, like he was going to do something crazy.
Nope. I mean, this is pretty crazy though. When you
That is pretty. Well, now I know. Yeah. That is
yeah.
crazy.
When you know the backstory, it is pretty crazy.
Oh, man.
The feet finishing move, the feet thing.
He still looks strong as fuck though.
Yeah, he's I don't know how old he is. He's like in his probably late 60s, and he's still resting because he's fucking broke. He's just paying women to step on his face.
Man, dude, that's all his budget's going to.
I mean, that's something to spend your money on. It's better than parlays, I guess.
Yeah, man. What are those?
What are those?
What are those?
Those shoes. But yeah, no, that's another episode of That's All Kayfabe, everyone. No, I want to thank everyone for tuning into us and listening and watching and all that other stuff. Hope you like this episode. Gabe, what do you want to say to people?
Same thing, going off of what you just said. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell on YouTube, giving us 5 stars on Spotify, anywhere where you get your podcast platforming stuff. That's where you'll find That's All Kayfabe. Buy a t-shirt on stickermule.com/That's All Funny for That's All Funny, That's All Kayfabe, and Tits and Areolas with mint salad. So,
yeah.
All that stuff supports the channel. So thank you guys very much.
Hell yeah, everyone. Well, thank Gabe for being here. I want to thank everyone for listening, and we'll see you all next week. Everyone take care and happy watching wrestling, but in a healthy way.
Yes, in a healthy way.
Yeah,
keep it out of the bedroom.
Keep it out of the bedroom, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Later.